Hey friends, so we're continuing with the marriage series. So this time I have another one of my good friends from YouTube, and Neoshea was supposed to be on the channel for a while now, but she was too busy looking after a tarantula in Mexico. So you want to go on her channel. She's having a very good time in Mexico. So that's what we're going to talk about, how her and her husband actually moved from the state to Mexico. They sold everything. Anyway, before I talk way too much, let me bring Neosha on the stage. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hello. You don't mind me saying that you actually, uh, were so busy in Mexico looking after your tarantula.
Yes, that's fine. hmm
All right. I'm so happy to have you on the channel. It's been a while.
yes, it
Yeah.
has been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy, definitely. So, Niyosha, can you please start by introducing yourself to our audience? Tell them about you, tell them about your channels. We only put one there, but you have two of them. And
Mhm.
yes, just so we get to know you before we start talking about the subject.
All right. Well,
Your
I'm
to-
Ne-
yeah.
I'm Neoshea Gehring,
Mm.
and I actually am from Kansas in the United States. And a month ago, we moved to Mexico. So, with this, we are sharing our journey on the Nick and Neosha channel, which is right here. And then I do have another channel, which is Neoshea Gehring. So at Neoshea Gehring, I would assume. And on that channel, I share about how to be a small YouTuber and a Gen Xer and anything in between. So I'll probably be sharing some more things about Mexico on that as well. So,
Excellent. All right, all right, all right. So, yes, Nyusha, I was so excited to talk to you today because you know that my dream was to be, I should have been in Mexico right now with you, because I so wanted to go to Mexico, but, life brought something else and then I couldn't be there. But I'm so thrilled to uh, always wait for your videos to come up. As soon as I see them coming, I just stop everything and I want to know what's happening and what you're doing. So guys, please go check Neosha's channel. It's really interesting. You won't regret it. So can you please share with us, what inspired you and your husband to like sell everything and then move to Mexico. So leave the US behind and move to Mexico.
well, first off, we are Christians. And I know not everybody is, Christian or anything like that, but that's just our lifestyle. And we believe in God and everything. And we just felt like He called us to come to Mexico. And so, with that, we were already kind of feeling like in Kansas, we felt like we were in that hamster wheel.
Okay.
Go to work, make money, pay the
Yeah.
bills, go to sleep, go back to work, that type of thing. And it just seemed never ending. And so, anyhow, we just decided, hey, we really want to get out of this rut and actually enjoy life and this beautiful world that God had made. And so, um, we actually planned on going to Branson, Missouri, really.
Oh, that's quite a difference.
It is. It is. So we bought an RV and we were like, okay, we're going to sell everything, live in this RV, and live in Branson, Missouri. But we were told otherwise. We felt led to come down to Mexico to learn Spanish.
Right. So why Mexico then? So were you called there? What made you, from Missouri, right? That you wanted to move to?
hmm
Like going completely the opposite way. I mean,
Right.
I don't know what Missouri is. I don't know the map of
Right.
America. I'll put it on the screen for our audience, but where's Missouri compared to like Mexico? It's not near Texas. It's where is it?
So you have you have uh, Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
then Missouri, right next to Kansas.
All right, so it's still on the south of America, right? So not
Yeah.
too far from Mexico.
No, it's not too far. It's about 5 hours from our home,
Oh, not
really, our
bad.
home base. So,
Yeah,
and in Branson, it was going to be kind of a laid back, relaxing, enjoying everything, that type of thing.
yeah,
But here in Mexico, we're being immersed in the hard stuff. Okay.
right,
So it's a
right.
total different world.
Experience. Or you tell us more about that. But first, how did you both prepare for this? Is such a huge, huge life change, right? Because
Mhm.
moving, how long have you been moving to the house that you sold before, selling everything and moving?
Okay, so we actually went to Tennessee back in September of 2023, and we fell in love with Tennessee and we wanted to move there, but we thought Branson was closer. So we're going to go to Branson. So it was probably about November of 2023 that we
Hmm.
decided to go ahead and move, and we told everybody. And people were not happy. They're like, "Why are you leaving?" They cried, "We're gonna miss you," and everything like that. And it's like, oh my goodness, we never expected this. And from there, we tried to find some motivation to sell things and stuff. We just didn't. We didn't have any motivation at all, and it was not working. We just went ahead and kept working on our stuff and everything, making the money, paying the bills, and everything. It came to March when our world got flipped, and it's like, "Oh, you're going to Mexico." "Oh, okay. So we are going to start planning on going to Mexico." And that's where we found all our motivation. We started selling things and getting things in place. My husband was working on trying to finish up all the cars that he was working on to close up the shop and everything like that. We were asked to come down to Mexico in June. And so we
Wow.
came in June of 2024. And so we came here for 3 days. We went back, and within a month, we sold 2 houses. We sold everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden it was time.
Wow. So that
Crazy.
was really a calling.
Uh-huh.
So yes, because I did watch a few of your video how it happens. But so was it just in a few months that you managed to sort everything?
Yeah, it was within, let's see, June, and then we left in August. Yeah, 2 months.
Two
Um,
months, you sold two houses.
2 houses and everything that was in the house and stuff. And actually, I'm
Wow.
gonna tell you this, the 2 houses went on contract within 3 days, like, and they were sold within, like, a week, 3 weeks and a day to the day that we put a sign out in our front yard.
Yeah. Well, when God has a plan for you, He
Mm.
makes sure that everything goes smoothly.
That's
Seriously.
it, that's it.
That's just,
Mhm.
God works mysterious
Mhm.
ways. So this is amazing because selling houses aren't easy and getting rid of the stuff
Mm.
because I'm in that process of selling my house. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But I'm just anyway. Let's go back to you. So, did you face any challenges during the move, and how did you support each other through them? Like, because a move, it's not easy. Even emotionally. You
Mhm.
have kids as well that you left behind. You have family, friends, etc. Your life actually, as it was. So, how did you handle all of that?
So with that, we we were in the in between, and that was a tough time. Like
Mhm.
after we sold the house and before we moved here, we were living in the RV, which we loved living in the RV, and that was fine. It was
Yeah.
just we didn't have any structure, we didn't have any purpose at the time, and we're like, okay, we're ready to get into a new routine. And that was tough, but together we worked through that. Like we both were struggling but we knew it wasn't anything to do with each other at all. So we
Yeah.
were fine with that. And then our friends and our family, and the kids, they're all like young adults. And um, they actually, when we told them that we were moving to Mexico, because we're like, oh, great, how's this going to go? Because we're moving farther away. They actually took it better than when we told them we were going to Branson.
Oh, how
I,
come? Is
I
it like a
don't,
nice place to come on holiday? What was it? What made
that
them?
basically they're like, well, if that sounds great. If that's where God is leading you, you
Oh,
should
wow.
go. You need to listen to him. It's like,
That's amazing.
wow. Yeah. Yeah. Because before we weren't really listening to God about going to Branson. We're like, this is what we want to do.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys still have your parents and or if you have siblings, etc. How did the extended family react to you when you told them you were leaving, the US for Mexico? Because I know Mexico is something that a lot of people can be iffy about. Because myself, when I was saying I'm going to Mexico for a year, they're like, you crazy. Yeah, So how did your family reacted?
Okay. So my mom actually was okay with it. She's like, that sounds like a great idea. She really
Mm,
thought, that's something that is best for us, to be able to do. And then when it came to his family and even siblings, um, they're like a little cautious because, what you hear on the news about
yeah.
Mexico and stuff. But yet they're like, I wish I would have done something like that a long time ago, you know?
Wow.
So
Okay.
they're a little cautious, a little worried about us, but also wishing they were in our shoes.
It's amazing. You have a great family. They're
Yes.
very open. How
Yes.
lucky. You have to forgive me, Neosha, and the audience because I'm gonna be drinking my tea simply because it's very cold and I just need something warm.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
don't mind me with my tea. All right. So what is the because you've been to Mexico now for is that two
1
months
month.
already?
1
1 month
month
only.
only.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I've been watching you for a while now.
Mhm.
It sounds like you've been there for a long time.
I know.
All right. What were like the biggest cultural adjustment that you had to make after moving to Mexico?
The biggest culture change, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I would say, well, there are no windows. Like okay, so we have windows, but we don't have like glass windows. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
basically,
what are these windows? Are they the one with some, they're like,
it's a screen. Let's see.
oh, so it doesn't open?
Yeah, it's just open. It's open all the time.
Uh, okay. So
So,
it's open all the time?
it's
And
open all the time.
what's behind it?
So it's just a screen. It's a green screen. So, like,
Oh, it's a screen like for mosquitoes and
yeah,
etc.
yeah, yeah. Just
But apart from the screen, there's absolutely nothing else
there's
there.
nothing else.
Yes, you see that sometime in Africa as well. People will just put a screen, but
Uh
we
huh.
do put like bars
Oh, okay.
outside just because for safety issue. But I guess that's a compound. So, you know,
Yeah.
okay, interesting.
So that's a little change for us. We, you know, someone can definitely break
Set
in
it
if they
off,
want.
right?
It's
Yeah.
not that hard, but it feels pretty safe here, really. So not having windows and stuff, so therefore we don't have air conditioner, so
Oh,
we deal with the heat all the time. So it's
right.
that's a change.
So is the house, I mean, I've seen in your video, but it's really difficult to see very well everything. So do you have like a gate around your house? So even if there's no window, or do people can just come by your window
They can
easily?
come by the window if they wanted. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
there is a fence around our little property here, but
Yeah.
it's still open in the back. So, hmm
Right. So how do you feel for safety? I mean, you say it's pretty safe there.
I feel safe here. So I
Okay,
haven't
that's
felt
good.
any time have I felt that I'm not safe. So, hmm
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah.
Right, right, right. And is there any other difference, cultural difference apart from that? The way of living, the way you shop, the way I've seen that you go to the small store. I forgot how you call it to do your shop.
Mercado.
Yes. Do you come outside of the village or to the compound to do a shop
Yeah.
often?
We don't do that often. Um,
Okay.
the mercado that we went to was a Puerto Escondido, and
Mm-hmm.
um, that is 45 minutes from here. So,
Oh, 45 minutes. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And during the hurricane, the road was closed off because it was flooded. So there was no way to get there. We do back this direction, we have Rio Grande, which is a smaller town that is about 20 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go get food there. But here in our little pueblo, there are little stores, little tiendas, and
Mm-hmm.
we can get necessities there. Not a lot, but we can get necessities. So it is a lot different than in Kansas where you can just go to Walmart and buy everything you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
So,
Look at you talking about our Puebla here, Mercado. You are already speaking Spanish. I'm
uh,
jealous. You
uh-huh,
have to teach me.
yeah.
And you have been doing so great on your grades. Anyway, we're going to talk about that as well in a moment. Is there anything else? That's just to tell, because a lot of people are afraid of, Mexico, etc. What is your overall like impression, so far?
Oh, so far, I'll say the people are so friendly here and they're so welcoming. I
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like right away, like I'm a part of their family.
Wow,
And
that's beautiful.
it's amazing here.
Yeah.
So my whole impression is just that. It feels like a family, a close-knit, area here. Now, not everybody is open and welcoming, with open arms.
Hmm. Well, that's
But
everywhere. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And they just need to get used to us and get to know us. That's it. So,
Right.
mhm,
Okay. And do you think that because, I've been inquiring about the school and the place where you are, and
mhm,
because it's a Christian led community,
mhm.
for me, maybe is the kindness, because when you're Christian and when it's a Christian led community, and I know they have a lot of things that they're helping children, etc., they I don't know how I want to put that, they're kind, because but did you feel the same when you go outside of this bubble, this
Right.
compound, Christian community outside it? How are the people?
So outside the community, I would say like we stayed in a couple of different towns on the way down,
Hmm.
and it seemed like everybody that we ran into was pretty friendly and pretty nice.
Okay.
Um, and then when we go into like Puerto or into Rio Grande, uh, we never ran into anything where we felt they're unkind or anything like that.
Right.
So, and that those are different communities for sure.
Yeah.
Um, they they do their life, and when you go and you try to speak with them in their language, I think that's what makes them happy to know that you're
Yeah.
trying. So,
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, I like that. And that's reassuring actually. I mean, for me, I'm really like somebody, I don't just believe what the news say or
mhm,
people say. I'm gonna make my own impression. So no matter
yeah,
what people were saying, I'm gonna go to Mexico. And
right.
you just, what you just sharing, encouraged me even more to want to be there right now. Well, I have to leave,
Right,
but
exactly. I
yes.
will say one thing though is they always warn you about right there at the border,
Mm-hmm.
within 50 miles of the border. You just
Okay.
have to be careful if you're driving down. So, yeah,
If you're driving down.
if you're driving down, which we did. So,
Okay. Oh, right, right, right.
mhm,
And did you get, I mean, you didn't have any issue because I watched
mm,
your, yeah, your video when you were driving,
yeah,
from the US to America, and I know it went smoothly for you.
it did go smoothly. But we've heard stories and we've actually seen videos from actual people that, you know, did not go so smoothly for them. So,
Oh,
yeah.
right, right, right.
It has to
So
do with the
it's
cartel.
yes, of course. Yes, yes, yeah. So you have to be careful, right?
Mhm.
So just out of curiosity, that's really for me. And like to move from the US to Mexico, I know you don't need a visa, right? Because you have maybe 6 months or something like that for the
Mhm.
first. But when you take your car through and everything, is there any document or there's nothing that you need really?
When you take your car through, so you have to have the FMM for yourself, and just to show that you are here um, legally. Okay. And then you
Okay.
have to have your TIP for your car to show that
Mm-hmm.
your car is there legally. So,
Right. Can
mhm.
you explain what are these two terms for the people that aren't American? Because I don't know actually what they are. I guess what it is, but it's like the car papers in your
Yeah,
name, like the ID of the car,
right.
and
So, I'm looking it up at the moment so I can tell you exactly because I just know it as that. So the FMM is Forma Migratoria Multiple. Okay, that's in Spanish. It's
mm-hmm.
a travel document that allows those who are eligible to enter Mexico without a visa. And it usually the permit it allows you 180 days. Not always, it
All
depends on
right.
the person there. So,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then let's see the tip for the car. Okay, so the tip is temporary vehicle import permit.
Right. Did you have to pay anything for those documents?
Not the FM. Wait, we did have to pay something small for the FMN. Not much.
Okay.
I can't remember. But for the tip, we had to pay $400, a little over $400. And so when we leave to go back out of the States, we get that money back. It's
Oh, so it's just a deposit, like it's a.
mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
right. Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah. That is, what's funny is that we have a very similar thing in Africa. I always bring in Africa up because that's my experience. And
yeah.
when you move from one country to another, I remember when one time my husband came and collect me in Gabon by car, and he's from Cameroon, they're like neighboring country. He
Okay.
had to leave a caution. A caution?
Uh-huh.
That's French. A deposit
Yeah, yeah.
for the
No, I got
car.
you. Mhm.
Because some people would buy a car from Cameroon, it's cheaper there to then go sell it in
Right.
Gabon.
Yes.
So to
And
avoid that, yes.
that's what they do here too. They'll
All
go
right.
to or United States to buy a car and bring it down to Mexico. So
Yeah. All right. All right. So did the move to Mexico, leaving everything behind, impacted your relationship? Did it bring you closer? Did it create new challenges for the couple, for both of you, being there and also being student together and spending like all the time together?
right, right. So no, it actually we just like went through this really smoothly together and everything. Like there were no issues at all.
Hmm.
Um, I will say that yeah, we spend more time together now because you saw our little casa here,
Yeah, yeah.
there's not anywhere to separate yourself, really, because
Yeah.
right now he can probably hear me while he's right there in the bedroom, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so we go to school together, we're in class together and everything, and we're just having a good time together. Now, granted, we are still newlyweds. So
Yeah.
2 years married, so you know.
Tell us a bit about that as well, as it's a marriage series, and you've been married 2 years, but you've been with each other a lot longer than that.
Yeah, we were together for about now 4 years. So two
Yeah.
years before we got married. So,
Yeah. All
and
right.
lots of life changes in our life since we've been together. So,
Yeah, but I mean, I love watching the dynamic between both of you. So much complicity, you
hmm
know. And anyway, guys, go watch the Neosha and Nick and Neosha's channel. You know, you had some experiences about. I see you walking always barefoot
hmm
inside that because there was like, was it an? I'm going to say something silly, not a hurricane, was it? Was
yeah,
it?
it was a
A
hurricane.
hurricane that was supposed to pass
hmm
near where you were, but thanks God, it
It
went
took a
away.
different path. Yeah.
Exactly, but you had a lot of water, and then when it rains a lot, then you have to actually sometimes have to walk
Yeah.
through water to get to places.
Uh huh.
When I
Yes.
see you walking barefoot, I'm like, I'm scared that is there something that's gonna like bite your feet. I'm such a scaredy cat. I'm like, okay, please go get some Wellington boots. You know what the Wellington boots? Is it just UK England that call it like that?
Probably rain boots. Is that
Yes,
what you're
rain
saying?
boots.
hmm
Yes, rain boots. Because I was watching it yesterday, I'm like, you were walking with your flip flop
Uh
on your
huh.
hand with your umbrella,
Yep.
and you're like, okay, and you even say at some point, oh, you were afraid that maybe to walk in something, or I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so
Because
and you guys,
there are crabs all over the road too.
yes, you said hi crabs. I'd
Mhm.
be scared, like a crab can bite your toe and something.
These crabs are little.
I know, but they still hurt.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and you guys, what's amazing when I see you guys, it's like I've seen the house where you were living before because America, the way it's built
hmm
there, even in your camper van. I don't know if you call it camper van, in your caravan, you call it?
Not sure.
When you moved out of your house, you move into your
Oh, the
motorhome,
RV. hmm
RV, sorry,
hmm
in your
Yeah.
RV, right? And
hmm
then wherever you moved right now, it's completely different.
hmm
But I see you smiling, comfortable, just at ease. You're
Yeah.
just so adaptable. And I was reading some of your comments, and someone, can I talk about that?
Yes, go ahead. I laugh at it.
I read one lady that was saying, I wanted to reply to her, but then I said, no, that's okay. And she was like, why do you live in such a poor area or poor conditions? There's places in Mexico.
I know. Like,
Like, but
uh,
you,
not sure where she's from, but yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
So
Well,
yeah. Go on. Sorry, forgive me.
well, we don't like living in extravagant at
Hmm.
all. You know,
Hmm.
that's just not who we are. And this, where we live, I don't care that it's poor or anything like that. I love being immersed in this culture. I
Yes.
love the way it
Yeah.
is. And I want to be a part of their life and how
Yeah.
they live, you know.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that, how am I going to learn? So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. I'm right there with you, because I'm planning to come and learn Mexico. Oh Lord,
Mhm.
I'm planning to go and learn Spanish at some point, and
Mhm.
I would be comfortable there, because these are a lot of the conditions that we have anyway back home in Africa. So
Right. Yeah.
you move, and when it's a community like that, y-
Mhm.
it's better to be immersed. That's the best way for you to learn anyway,
It is.
right?
It is. Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
this is just, the people here are just super helpful and friendly too. Because when we let them know that we're Spanish school students, they're like, oh, and they help us to speak correctly if we're speaking it wrong and stuff. So it's helpful.
Best way to learn, to
Hmm.
learn faster, to be immersed.
Hmm.
And yes, and I've seen the community, you go to church, you have
Hmm.
the parties together, you get together,
Yeah.
eating, you're not alone.
No.
So yeah, it's really beautiful. And I know you've said everything has gone really smoothly. I just want to ask, did you had any doubts along the way at all?
No, actually. I know it's
Wow. Okay.
crazy. No
Right.
doubts. The only time that I had any inkling of maybe a doubt is when I was sick. When I got
Yeah.
sick and it was super hot, and that was just really hard to be sick in the heat. But
Right. So
I made it through.
right. It's good that you talk about like when you were sick. I know it was not, I'm happy that it was not something life threatening, it was a normal sickness. How is the medical, uh, you know, hospital, etc., in Mexico, in the area where you are? Like you into a tourist, do you have like a medical insurance? Something.
So, as far as that, we did not get medical insurance for down here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but through the Spanish school, there is a clinic here on this mission base, and we are able to go and use that clinic for when we get sick. Now, if there's
Right.
anything other than just getting the common flu or stomach bug or parasites or anything like that, we have to go to an actual hospital doctor. I mean, there is a doctor and a nurse here, but the closest would be Puerto Escondido. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right. And so the clinic, I mean, the little medical center within the compound,
Mhm.
do you pay for it? Do you have to pay for it for the medicine? For how does it work?
So, as a Spanish school student, we pay for the Spanish school. And with that payment, that's a part of getting the medical care within the clinic. So, we don't
That's
have to pay for it.
excellent.
Yeah. Mhm.
That is really, really good. Guys, I'm asking all this question because I've asked Nyusha to give me the school
Mhm.
information. So I'm preparing because, you know, going to learn Spanish, I wanted to do that for a very long time. And there's nothing better than to have somebody who has and living the experience to really feedback, you know?
Yes.
And so, yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Um, so budgeting, planning together, and the financial side of things. Sometime when you've shared some of the prices in Mexico, I have to be honest with you, I'm a little bit shocked because
Yeah.
I was thinking that I'm going to Mexico and I can stretch my pound because I live in the UK, and the
Mhm.
prices were quite closer to the US and in some part,
Yeah.
because I'm like, when I watch those video, because I'm like a budget traveler, so I like dirt cheap as well. And
Mhm.
so when I check those like $1 tacos, etc., I have not seen you eating any $1 tacos. Explain to me
Okay,
what's
so
happening.
so we have not made any of those videos.
Oh, you have ate
No.
some dollar tacos.
Yes, we need to make videos of all that. We have been eating tacos, and okay, so I will tell you that here on the mission base, um, w- doing the Spanish school and everything, we are with we go eat with Bible school students, and those are teenagers and stuff that are learning to be pastors. So the cafeteria, which is La Comida, is what it is, and we go up there, we get our food. They already have, it's just one thing. You don't get to choose, oh, I want this or
Yeah.
that. So you go and get your plate and you go eat. So with that, this actually, um, let me think here, 100, I think. So 8 meals
Hmm.
was 125 pesos, if I remember right.
Peso
And
to dollar. Mm-hmm.
so that's about
$6.
seven
Yeah.
dollars
Yeah,
US
630.
dollars.
Right. For
So
how many meals?
8 meals.
That's less than $1.
Yes. So and it's delicious
So in that place, so
in that
you
place.
pay 125 pesos like for the week,
Yeah,
every
kind of
week.
like that. Yeah, depending on how many meals we eat. So this past week we paid for 8 meals. So, mhm.
I'll eat there every day, at
So
least one meal,
mhm. Yeah,
because you save a lot of money,
you
you
do.
know?
hmm
That's so
Yeah.
cheap.
So I haven't put those or made videos on that like yet. I'm going to.
Please
I just
do.
I know.
That's what us travelers we're looking for, because you're showing these meals that are okay. It's $22. Last time I remember you came with some shopping, and you bought some rice and some sauce, and that was twelve
Right.
dollar, and the other one was like, I'm like, where are the $1 food?
They are here. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay. So financially, it's not too straining because you do have
mhm.
medical on site for all the little,
Yeah.
thingy. The
hmm
food is cheap if you
Yes.
want to eat. So are you allowed? Is the cantina or the comida is open for? So forgive me. Is open at lunch and at dinner, so you can have both meals
hmm
and breakfast. How does it work?
So, okay, so here, the comida is open in the morning around 7 a.m. and it's usually like a bread and a drink, type of
Okay.
meal. And
Hmm.
then 10 a.m. is almuerza, which is lunch.
Yeah.
And so 10 to 11. And then 3 to 4 is la cena, which is dinner.
Dinner. Yeah.
And then they're open again from 8 to 9 at night for
Oh,
another meal. We have not
right.
gone to that because we're not out that late.
Yeah. So you can actually have all your meals there if you want
Yes.
and pay, for
Mhm,
and right. That's very interesting.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
if you want to budget do something like that, you know that that's available, and it actually allows you to test the local food because it's made by
mhm.
locals,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Yes, and
Right.
always every meal comes with tortillas.
Oh, all the meals come with
Mhm.
tortillas.
Mhm.
Tell me something. I know it's not the first time that you've been in Mexico, but like the tacos, the tortillas that we eat in the West, like in the UK, in America, is it really the same or in Mexico? It's like a total, completely different flavor and
Yeah,
taste.
it's definitely different and it's more fresh. They make it
Hmm.
right that same day. I mean,
Yeah.
it is not packaged and like 20 days old or anything like that. So it's a lot better.
Okay. Oh gosh. It makes me salivating, and I'm like, I just so food is like the best way to experience as well the life, isn't it? In a new
Yeah,
country. S-
exactly.
So, right. I think you replied to a lot of my questions already. I'm just checking I have my little note here of what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
And so, if you have an advice, for couple who are considering, a similar move to another country, what would that be? A lot of people are fearful, people are uh, afraid of a big change, of taking the leap,
Right.
what would you tell them?
I would tell them to take that leap completely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've always wanted to do something like this. I've always wanted to move to another area, another country to try it out, but I've always been a little timid about it, like, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have this. It's not gonna it can work out. It really can. And so I would say definitely if you want to move and you want to try a different country, research it, figure out the ropes and everything, learn the ins and outs of it, um, plan, save up some money and plan
Hmm.
that way, and then take that leap. Do it. Just do it. That's
Just
what I
do
think.
it. That would be me.
Yeah.
I'll be in the
So
plane tomorrow, but
yeah. Hmm.
my husband is a bit more careful about what he
Right.
wants to do. Yeah,
Right.
and he's more into. Come here. Sorry, I have the cat here with me. Come,
Oh.
come. It's like he's a bit sad, like he's not eating as often, and I don't know
Oh.
if he's missing his parents, but yeah.
Mm.
So right. So what have been the most rewarding part of the experience so far for both of you? Because you have the school.
Mhm.
That also, I want you to tell us a little bit about the school and learning and all of that, and how you find it because it's intensive what you're doing, and just the life in general. What have been most rewarding?
So, what's been most rewarding with the school, we being there, meeting new people that are just like us. They came here from another country to learn
Hmm.
Spanish.
Yeah,
So, learning from them as well. And the most rewarding is just seeing our scores and knowing that we're doing well with it. And then getting out there in the culture and being able to speak a little bit more every time to people
yeah.
and actually understand a little bit more of what they're saying. So, that's been really rewarding.
I
So,
can imagine. Yeah. And did you know a little bit of Spanish already? Because you're doing what? Is it 6 hours per day? How many hours per day?
It is 4 hours in class, and
Okay.
then it depends on the person. So at least 2 hours homework, but I usually
Right.
do about 4 hours because
Wow.
it's
Yes.
it's not that it's. I mean, we get done with our homework and we go over it, but I
Yeah.
continue learning. So.
Right. Yes. Yes. And do you feel that straight after the class, you are able to apply what you've learned in your daily life?
I do, but I need to practice it more.
Oh,
That's my downfall is I'm a little more timid because I don't want to say it wrong, but
yeah.
if you don't say it, you're not going to learn to say it
Exactly.
correctly. So I've got
Yeah.
to practice that more.
Right. And how's Nick doing with
He's
his learning?
yes, he's doing a great job. So, yeah, doing good. And I think one of the videos that at least I'm gonna make. I don't know about us, but maybe sharing a little bit of our homework and what it looks like and how we, speak the words and stuff. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that'd be great. That would be a great one as well. And how
Yeah.
many are you per class? Are they big classes?
So there are four students in our class.
Okay.
There's another class, they have three in their class, and then another class that has four. It depends on how many people come, but they try to keep it under four people. So,
Right. Okay. I'm one of those students who usually hide at the back. Four people you can hide.
uh huh. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
you can't
actually have
hide.
to participate, right? You don't have a
Yep.
choice.
Yeah, but they're very, very generous here. So, they help as much as possible. They want you to learn. So,
Yeah. So how do you stay connected with your kids back home, family, etc.? I guess WhatsApp, internet.
yes, WhatsApp has been the thing. That's not a huge thing in the United States. There are a few people that have it. I only had it because I used to host foreign exchange students. But
Oh,
yeah, I love learning about different countries and cultures. So I
yeah.
would have students from different countries. They would come and live with me for a year and go to school and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm now in their shoes.
So are you saying that the WhatsApp is not so big in the US?
Mm-mm. No.
Oh, that's surprising.
Hmm. So, but I understand why it's a big thing, because
Yeah.
when we don't have, like, I can't use my phone to just call or text at all. I
Hmm.
have to use the Wi Fi,
Yeah.
and that's how WhatsApp helps a lot. So,
Exactly. So you've been you've been in touch with family via WhatsApp for those who
yes,
have it.
yes. hmm
Okay.
So, when we send them pictures and videos and everything like that. So, yeah.
Right. So, Nyosha, I would love to continue talking about you until tomorrow about the topic because I'm so interested in what you're doing. I think it's so courageous, to have listened to what God wanted from you and just you jump and having everything going so well for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And so, is there anything at all you would like to share with our audience about anything to do with the move, anything that you want to share about your channel, what people can expect to see in the following weeks, about your channel?
So you definitely want to come to the channel to check out what's going on because every day we have something new going on. Since we've been here for a month, I have been stung by like a bee or wasp. I have,
Oh,
yeah,
painful.
yeah, painful for sure. I have went got sick, and that was horrible. And then we dealt with waiting on a hurricane that was coming right at us. There's
Yes.
everything. So since then, there are some videos coming up. We got a car stuck.
You got a car stuck.
It was our car. It got stuck in the road. So there's a video
Oh.
coming out soon on that.
Okay. Okay. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up from
Uh,
your
there is.
channel. I
Yeah.
can't wait. And also the tarantula that you were looking for. You see, I'm confused. As soon as I name that tarantula and I saw you trying to
Yeah, the
hold it with your
tarantula.
hand,
Yeah. So finding a tarantula in our bedroom and trying
how
to
did it come
get
in,
it.
by the way?
We don't know. We keep looking around going, we
Is
don't
there like a
know.
gap underneath the door?
Not under the door. It was getting ready to rain, but I'm going to assume. I wonder if you can see this. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
yes, I see. Yes.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a.
They can get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's that little gap in our tin roof. So yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I would have gone in the car. I don't know, I wouldn't have. Tarantula? No, no. Spider and me, we don't get along at all.
Right. The
Yeah.
only thing that we worry about is scorpions. So we don't want to run into scorpions.
Also, there's also a lot of scorpions in the area that comes in the
hmm
compound. So you have to be quite
hmm
careful before stepping down the bed and all of
Yeah,
that. I didn't
yeah.
see, when you share your house, I didn't see you sleeping under a mosquito net. I know there may not be mosquitoes, but just to be protected from any outside insect or something that want to get in.
Right. So we had considered buying a mosquito net before we came here. But this home is every window, door, and everything, they have screens on them. So we're not too concerned about that. We don't get a lot of mosquitoes and stuff in here. Really, we
Yeah.
don't get a lot of bugs. The only reason why scorpions would come in is they come up through the shower drain, but everybody
Oh,
has a cover over their shower drain when they're not
yeah.
using the shower. So hopefully that keeps them from coming in. There are people here that don't have as much uh what's the word? Protection from mosquitoes getting in, so they do sleep with a mosquito net. So
Right. But is there mosquitoes? Is
there are
there
a
a lot of
lot.
mosquitoes in the right?
Yeah, I actually have a friend that's here that I met here. She is actually homesick with dengue.
Oh,
From
dengue fever. Oh,
hmm
yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, right. So did you have to take some vaccines to go there?
No,
No, you don't need it, but you don't need anything when you go to Mexico. You're not
N-
required to
no,
take any vaccination, medicine, or anything.
not at all. Not at all. So, yeah,
Interesting.
I know.
Wow. Friends, thank you very much. It was such a pleasure to have you here and to chat
Yeah,
about your experience in Mexico
yeah.
with your
Thank you.
husband.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I wish you really all the best in there, and we will continue following you on both your channels, guys. I put Neosha's second channels on the screen right now.
Hmm.
You can also go follow her there. So you're sharing on that second channel about the same.
Yeah, it will be similar. It will be just me.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to decide how I'm gonna do this channel. It's
yeah,
gonna be, for Gen Xers like us,
yeah,
and I want to share tips on how I'm making videos and stuff. But I want to be able to show my what I see, you
yeah.
know, and share that. So
Please do. Please do. Yeah, we're all here for it. And,
mhm,
whatever you have to share with us, your daily mundane, what you may think is not interesting or whatever, we all
right,
here for it.
that's awesome.
All
The
right,
good and
friend.
the bad.
The good and the bad, everything, everything. All right, friend. So I know you have a lot to do, so I'm going to let you go. And then, so guys, so we have a second video with Neosha. So look for that one tomorrow. And so until next time,
All right. Thank
bye bye,
you.
friends.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.